But once you get in the parking lot, there is a bigger problem.
It's a zoo. It is a zoo.
Finding a parking space can be a challenge. As you can see from the air, nearly all the spots are full. On the ground, there is always someone looking for space.
I've been to the car 3 times already to put packages in, and every time cars follow me thinking I'm going to be leaving, but I'm not.
All it takes is a bit of patience to find a parking spot, but there's really no hurry. You still have a month to finish your Christmas shopping. Well, police say one of the reasons why the traffic ran so smoothly today is that some streets in this area have been widened, and also the traffic flow in this area, in the Shelbyville Road area, has also been changed over last year. Back to you, Jackie.
And that is good news.
That is very good news.
You bet. Thank you, Ken. Well, as Ken mentioned, the post-Thanksgiving Press for Presents is on. WAVE-3 News reporter Cindy Bragan spent the day at Oxmoor Center in Louisville and has a wrap-up of today's holiday shopping hysteria.
30 parents waiting for toys. They know they're in for a fight.
Dad's at home watching the children, so Mom could be here fighting for these toys.
When the doors finally open 2 hours later, you can toss Christmas cheer to the reindeer.
Did you get it?
Is that it? They're fighting over this year's hot toy, the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. At KB, there are only 15 left.
Well, I got them. I was lucky enough to get 2.
But managers know they could sell thousands.
2 of them.
And I really started getting nervous. I mean, I didn't know what they were going to do.
What did they do?
Knocked everything over and rushed to the counter and got everyone we had. I didn't know what else to do.
There you go. And when you're ready to leave, the lady at the door will take your valet check and bring the car to the door for you.
Valet parking helps eliminate the stress for others.
We just tried to park and spent about 10 minutes trying to park and got very frustrated, so we decided we'd better valet park.
It's been busy all day, and the lines were long before the stores even opened. Shopping
For bargains.
Insanity.
I like it. I enjoy it.
Good morning. How are you? I'm sleeping. Well, there's some good values in there. Wake you up.
Early arrivers get an extra $10 off, a small reward for the early morning diehards. At Oxmoor Center, Cindy Bragan, WAVE-3 News.
And in southern Indiana, retailers also got off to an early start today. They say the Christmas season has already been good to them. The shopping in southern Indiana opened early here at the River Falls Mall. Doors opened at 8 o'clock this morning. Retailers say the real Christmas shopping season started early in November and has been strong ever since. They're also noticing customers using more cash instead of checks and credit cards this year. If you were on the run buying presents today, you may not have noticed the store's return policies. What do you do if the item you buy is damaged or it doesn't fit? WAVE-3 troubleshooter Nell Taylor says this is the time of year to make sure you know your shopper's rights. Nell joins us now to tell us just what they are. Nell?
Well, Jackie, many of us may have misconceptions about just what our rights are. We could think we have more than we actually do. So we should get them spelled out before we pay.
You know, there's not much difference between the medium and the small. Which one of those rolls? Well, let's go with the medium.
The never-ending dilemma. Will that special gift fit when you get it home? What if it doesn't? Will you be able to get your money back? Some stores are real specific about their exchange policy.
Are any of these Christmas for Christmas? Okay, you have till December 30th to bring it back for an exchange or a due bill as long as they have the receipt and all the tickets are still attached to the garment.
Okay.
This store uses a lot of words to tell you no cash refunds, only exchanges. One misconception many of us have is that we have a right to get our money back. We don't. Refunds are ruled by store policy. So before the cash register rings, find out that policy and if you can live with it. Most stores post it at the register or it's printed on your receipt. If they don't post it, make sure you ask.
Hi, cash be charged?
Charge.
Another important question. Many of us don't like the thought of overloading our credit cards this time of year, but if you're looking for the best protection, using plastic gives you more rights than a check or cash. Under the Fair Credit Billing Act, you can withhold payment for unsatisfactory merchandise or services if, and this is a big if these 3 conditions apply. 1, you can show you tried to resolve the dispute with the seller. 2, you made the purchase in your state or within 100 miles of your address. Now, in Kentucky and Indiana, it applies to mail orders as well. And 3, you paid more than $50.
You know, usually you only have 60 to 90 days after the charge appears on your card to dispute it, so you should act quickly on that. Get hold of the merchant as soon as you can and tell them you're upset about the quality of the merchandise or the service. And you should also look on the back of your billing statement. It gives you instructions on how you dispute a charge.
Nell, what if you get a gift from someone and it doesn't fit and you want to take it back, but you don't have the receipts? Are you just sort of out of luck there?
Well, usually we ask the folks who are buying gifts for other people to keep the receipts and let them know that you have the receipts and where they purchased it so they can exchange it easily. Or you can wrap it up and give it to them next year.
Good idea. I like that. Thanks, Nell. Jefferson County Corrections officers hope to do some Christmas shopping soon, but not for themselves. The officers are manning a roadblock at Preston Highway in the Outer Loop. This is the 13th year they have sponsored the Coats for Kids project. Some of the officers have taken their vacations to collect the money. Lieutenant Colonel Mark Friedman says they hope to raise enough money to reach more than 100 children.
We contact social service agencies and they provide us with a list of names, and we'll try to get out and get as many kids coats and shoes and toys as we can. And the people in this area have been very generous. Good time of year for everybody.
Last year, the officers collected more than $12,000. They'll be at Preston Highway and Outer Loop every day through Christmas. And every year, the Salvation Army and WAVE-3 join together to help make Christmas special for children in our area. Today, the Angel Tree program kicked off in southern Indiana. Stacks of angels are waiting to be adopted at Green Tree and River Falls malls. Shoppers can adopt an angel, a needy child, and hang it on the tree, then buy the items on the wish list and bring them back to the tree. The program provides clothing for more than 3,000 children in southern Indiana. So far, things are going well.
We were pretty impressed with the first couple hours. They took quite a few angels, and we're real excited for the outlook. But there's a long road that has to be, traveled before we're able to complete this program.
And just so you know, all the children have been screened to make sure there is no duplication with other groups. So this is the only chance these angels have to get new clothing for this Christmas. The deadline for getting the gifts in is December 16th, so they will be under the child's tree by Christmas time. There is concern tonight about the safety of Boeing 747s. That story is coming up on First News. And hard work has paid off at the McAlpin Locks. And lace up your skates. Broadbent Arena has opened its doors to the public. Barge traffic is flowing through the main gate at Louisville's McAlpin Locks for the first time in almost 2 weeks. The tow, Martha Ingram, and its barges was the first string to whistle through this afternoon. The tow waited 77 hours in a traffic backup at the locks. 42 others were waiting in line behind it.
This is really Thanksgiving for the Corps of Engineers.
Corps of Engineers spokesman Chuck Schumann says barge traffic should return to normal by Sunday.
The talent, the capability, and the dedication of the people who were working on the job. They came to work to get it fixed, to get traffic restored, and they did it.
A large crowd of spectators watched the first tow go through. The Army Corps of Engineers says the closure, because of damage and delays, cost the navigation industry as much as $2 million. Cooler temperatures are headed our way. John Belski will tell us how low they're going to go. And later on First News, Louisville quarterback Jeff Brom goes into surgery, but he may make it back for the Liberty Bowl. We were down home in Tennessee for Thanksgiving, and driving back down in Tennessee, it was just kind of an ugly, drizzly, wet day. And halfway here, it's like, oh, wow, this is really nice.
What a break we had today, because the sun came out and warmed us up to 63 degrees. And we had a great day.
Had a great day.
It's now in the past tense. Temperature has been dropping. We were talking about this cold weather all week, Jackie. That has arrived now, 63 just a few hours ago. And we're down to 45 now here in Louisville. That's at Stanford, 46 at Bowman. Fort Knox, you're at 39 degrees right now. The warm air still to the east of us, 55 at Frankfort, Cincinnati 58. And then look out west, 32 at Bloomington. They're getting some rain and sleet and 34 at Indianapolis. 33 at Evansville, Owensboro 34. So we will continue to rapidly drop into the 30s as the evening goes on. All right, we've had the sunshine. We've pretty much had dry weather. This band of rain, though, has been inching its way eastward as the day goes on and just moving into the Louisville area now. It's not a very wide band. We're going to have a period or two of rain mostly during the evening hours, and on the back edge of that where you get that colder air pushing in, Yes, we are getting some sleet mixed in with that. It is snowing further on north with basically from about Kokomo, Indiana on north. They're getting a band of snow, and they might get a half-inch or so up that way, but we're not expecting anything like that here. Again, here's the local radar on the National Weather Service showing rain across much of southern Indiana moving into the Louisville area. So if you live in the local area and it's not raining at your house now, it will be within the next hour or so. All right, this will push through this evening. Mostly rain that may mix with a little sleet, and I would say that would be in the process of ending early tomorrow morning, if not before then. And there could be a little bit of sleet east of us. We do not expect any driving problems. Temperatures will hold just above the freezing mark. If there's any slick spots, there'll be a few scattered slick spots up through northern Indiana, but there's no advisories in effect, no weather advisories for tonight or tomorrow for any portion of the Ohio Valley. Temperatures tomorrow, a good 30 degrees colder tomorrow afternoon than it was this afternoon. We've been warning you all week about it. All right, here's how the forecast shapes up. For tonight, rain likely this evening. By late evening, may see a little sleet mixed in with that. Temperature down to 35, maybe even down to about 33 by morning, and will continue to fall through the lower 30s tomorrow, but the sun will come back out tomorrow. If there's any rain or sleet in the area in the morning, that will end. Sunday, another chance for some light snow in here at a high of 32 degrees, and then we will warm back up next week. This is just going to take several days. So we had half the holiday weekend very warm, and half will be pretty cold, it looks like. But again, to emphasize the fact that no major driving problems other than wet roads this evening.
And maybe for folks going down for Light Up Louisville or coming downtown, and they might want to have their umbrella handy.
Yeah, you'll need that because it's going to be a steady light rain for probably at least the next 2 to 3 hours.
All right. Thank you, John.
All right, Jackie.
The incoming cold weather will help put folks around here in the mood for some ice skating. These people got a head start today as Broadbent Arena opened its doors for public skating. It's the home of the Louisville Ice Hawks, and today a couple future Hawks tried out the ice. Some were more successful than others. The skating rink will be open to the public every day through January. That was me. Indiana's best high school football teams are in the Hoosier Dome tonight. We'll have a live report next on First News. And later downtown, Louisville turns into a holiday wonderland.
See how they run.
It is time now to take a look at some of the stories we're going to have tonight on Wave 3 News at 6. Alan Denton is in the newsroom with the latest. Alan?
Jackie, the day after Thanksgiving officially kicks off the Christmas shopping season. But to really get in the mood, downtown is the place to be tonight as the mayor throws the switch for Light Up Louisville. We'll be on hand live in about an hour for all of the festivities. Also, we'll tell you where you can take the kids to see this winter wonderland that features scenes depicting traditional Christmas family scenes. And that is one place that I can guarantee you that I'm going to take the kids this weekend.
You don't have much choice.
I don't have any choice, to be truthful.
Thank you, Alan. Light Up Louisville will attract thousands to the downtown area tonight, but a lot of people are getting an early start. At noon today, Dickens on Main Street got underway. The annual street festival features the sights and sounds and food of the 19th century. And the fun's going to continue until 11 o'clock tonight. Admission for anyone over the age of 12 is $1, and the proceeds will help out underprivileged children. We've lined up some folks in Dickens attire to talk with us about the festivities tonight and in the days ahead. And if you don't recognize him in his costume, let me introduce you to the Honorable Mayor Jerry Abramson. Thank you for being with us and happy holidays.
Well, happy holidays to you, Jackie. I can't tell you it's a beautiful day in downtown Louisville, but there are several hundred people already here in most of the nook and crannies under any roof that can be found for the 12th annual Light Up Louisville. I'm promising people it's going to get better. I'm not betting anything on it, but I'm promising them people.
Well, John was saying a couple of hours, and it will get better, and it's just a drizzle. It's not raining hard, is it?
No, it's just a very light drizzle. It is not raining hard, and we're going to have 500,000 lights that will go up, and the top of the Capitol holding will be red and green this year. And so, you know, my only concern is being electrocuted when I pull the switch.
Just be careful. Tell us, Mayor, about some of the other things happening tonight and in the days ahead as we celebrate the season.
Well, I tell you, Dickens on Main Street obviously is right after the light up. Folks will go down and partake and enjoy. We'll have the Louisville Chorus singing and the whole holiday spirit to get people fired up. As I said, 500,000 lights will go on. And then we'll have everything from the Children's Parade later this month all the way up to the Mayor's Midnight New Year's Eve special. And this year we're going to move it to the front of the Center for the Arts. It's the 10th anniversary of the Center for the Arts, and with the construction down at 4th and Broadway, we're going to move it down to the Center for the Arts. So there's lots of stuff happening. The gallery